I don't think that John Brzezinski can defeat Krasimir Kostadinov, and I don't believe Artem Morozov can hook Alex Kodecha. These are some of the unpopular opinions against the fan favorites, but I think these are true. East versus West 11 predictions, pay-per-view link will be in the description. First match, VALA ICHQITI versus NURDAULET AIDARKHAN. VALA made his debut a few months ago against the defending champion David SAMUSHIA. He lost that match, but he won the first round with a flash pin with pure side pressure. I saw that his side pressure is great, but his pronation wasn't enough. And if you cannot really open up Nurdaulet Aider Khan's wrist, it's going to be a difficult day. Nurdaulet is stepping up in weight. VALA is maybe cutting weight. So physically, he may be a bigger guy, but I think the defending champion of the previous weight category, which he used to be, Nurdaulet Aider Khan, is going to take this match. I'm going to say this is going to be a close one. So 4-2 is my prediction. Marcio Barboza versus Oleg Petrenko. Everyone is predicting Marcio to lose. I don't see why. So Oleg Petrenko is a renowned arm wrestler. He has won Zloty, I think, but Marcio has also won WAF in his prime time many years ago. I think Marcio is more versatile. Oleg may have slightly more horsepower, but his versatility is nowhere near Marcio Barboza. I think this probably is going to be one of the best matches of the night. I'm going to go with Marcio Barboza 3-1 in this match. Then we have Robbie TOPIE versus AYMERIC PRADINES. I saw AYMERIC arm wrestle just a couple of times on his left arm. This is a left arm match, and his hook setting ability is insane. It's really good. I don't see Robbie top rolling him, and without that, I don't see Robbie having a chance. So 3-0 AYMERIC PRADINES. IRAKLI ZIRAKASHVILI versus Paul Lynn. My man Paul Lynn. I want him to win, but I don't see a way, I don't see a lane in which he can win. When I was listening to his podcast, it was almost seeming as if Paul is indicating that he wants to go sideways, just like Toddzilla, just like Uncle Todd defeated Irakli. But I don't think Paul Lynn's joints can support that kind of offensive side pressure. So if Paul defeats Irakli, if Paul hooks Irakli, which I believe is going to be his only chance to win this super match, then it would literally mean that nobody can top roll Paul Lynn below 95 kilos, because Irakli is probably the best top roller in that weight category. And even though Paul is improving a lot, he has proved almost everyone wrong in past couple of years, but still I don't think his wrist is at the level that cannot be top rolled by anyone in this world. That's why I see IRAKLI ZIRAKASHVILI winning this match 3-0. Matt Mask versus Wagner Bortolato. I've been going back and forth in this match for many times. Left arm, it wouldn't have been any competition. Wagner would press Matt down to the pad. So there is no doubt that Wagner's right is going to be weaker than his left. But if his pressing abilities, the technique, the level of refinement in the pressing ability, if it is the same as his left arm with less strength, still I think Wagner is going to win this match, because if he gets into a flop press, I don't see Matt being fast enough, because Wagner is also pretty fast. I don't see him being fast enough, explosive enough to keep Wagner out of this lane. And if Wagner gets his lane, I'm assuming he has a similar flop press on the right as well. If he gets in this lane, I don't see Matt being able to do anything from here. So far, I've been mostly predicting Matt to win this match, but I haven't made my mind up. I think it can be very close, depending on who gets to set his move. Should I predict Wagner? Man, the man rarely wins, but he always entertains us. But Matt Mask is also on an undefeated losing streak at East versus West. Let's go with Wagner Bortolato 3-2, 3-1 or maybe. ZURAB TAVBERIDZE, ARTEM TAINOV. ARTEM TAINOV is going to take ZURAB's wrist and then follow up with a press. We have seen ZURAB's wrist getting cracked back by FA Comac and some other arm wrestlers as well. If Artem can break ZURAB's arm on the right, if he can challenge him on the right, then I think, yeah, both of them have a stronger left, but Artem Tainov's left can be even better. And ZURAB will not be able to do this side pressure move against Artem, because he will not allow him because of his fast transition to a press. Let's go 3-0 Artem Tainov in this match. Oleg ZHOKH versus TUTBERIDZE. TUTBERIDZE, 19-year-old, 85 kg champion. So won the juniors, won the seniors. Amazing stud kid. But if you are a top roller, then top rolling Oleg ZHOKH is almost impossible. And TUTBERIDZE, from what I have heard, is a top roller. Oleg ZHOKH 3-0. PROCOPCUIC versus MINDAUGAUS TARASAITIS. TARASAITIS has prepared for this match probably more seriously than anyone else on this card. He is a man on a mission. He wants to prove that he's the man in the 75 kg division by beating Daniel PROCOPCUIC, which he has done in the past. MINDAUGAUS is going to come with a very strong arm, stronger than it has ever been. He's going to take his hand and he's going to keep him outside of his shoulders and follow up with a press. He can do that a couple of times, but the endurance part is going to be with PROCOPCUIC for sure. I'm going to go with PROCOPCUIC 3-2 in this match, a very close one. Then Vladimir MAIROV versus SAMUSHIA. SAMUSHIA is almost unbeatable at this weight. MAIROV was kind of unknown up until this time. And if he was at the level which is required to beat SAMUSHIA, then he wouldn't have been so unknown, in my opinion. But from the wins that I have seen from MAIROV, I think this one is also going to be a close one. I'm going to go with 3-1 SAMUSHIA. Ivan Matyushenko versus Reno Masic. Reno is very fast, but Ivan may be even faster. So the overwhelming favorite is Ivan Matyushenko, but that is because we are assuming that his speed is going to hit faster than Reno. If Reno hits faster with the press, which Kamil wasn't able to do on the right arm, then it's going to be game over. I think Reno can beat Ivan, but still, man, the speed, the perfection, the snappiness, that is too much from Matyushenko. 3-0 Ivan. John Brzezinski, Krasimir Kostadinov. So Krasimir has already defeated John about a decade or so ago, maybe 11 years ago. At that time, John wasn't healthy, but he was coming from a shoulder surgery, I guess, or maybe his shoulder was injured, something like that. But still, I believe John Brzezinski 11 years ago, despite not having a healthy shoulder, could have been as strong as he is right now when he's 59, almost 60 years old. John can take the wrist, but Krasimir can stay there. I think the way Krasimir used to defeat Levan, where Levan was taking his wrist, but after that he couldn't do anything. Then Krasimir followed up with a flop press, or sometimes he set the hook as well. That's exactly how I think Krasimir is going to beat John Brzezinski. Or if we look at the Gennady Quickvini versus Levan matches, where Levan takes the wrist but couldn't do anything after that, I'm going to go with Krasimir Kostadinov, 3-0. I don't see any way that John Brzezinski can take this match. In my mind, Krasimir is like a 90% favorite. Evgeny Prudnik, Alijan Muratov. Prudnik stopped Dadikyan. He got pinned a couple of times, and almost the third time, maybe it is going to be the same case in this match as well. But I don't think Alijan is stronger than Dadikyan. I don't think Alijan is more faster than Dadikyan. He may have a faster explosive second and third hit, but his initial hit and the strength in that initial hit is not more than Dadikyan. And Prudnik said he's 15% stronger than the Dadikyan match, which is impossible. So let's say he's 5% stronger. I don't see Muratov taking more than one pin in this match. 3-1 Evgeny Prudnik. Uncle Todd versus David Dadikyan. This is another match when I think about it, I go back and forth. In my mind, Todd can put the brakes on, and in my mind, Dadikyan can be way too much of an athlete for Todd Hutchings, if you get what I mean. So Ongarbayev is technical, he's smart, he's fluent, but when you look at him, you don't see a physically like a bull, a strong arm wrestler. And the overwhelming strength clearly wasn't there when Ongarbayev arm wrestled Todd Hutchings. The overwhelming amount of strength and speed can be there when Dadikyan hits after the ready go against Todd Hutchings. It may be difficult for Todd to slip against Dadikyan. And even inside the straps, I think Dadikyan has the speed and the hit. I know everyone is predicting him to lose, but I think it can go either way. If it stops, for sure Todd, but I don't think it is going to stop. Even if it stops, maybe in the second round, if Dadikyan is smart enough, he should lay down. If he saves some energy, he can hit back and win the match 3-1. But I rarely see anyone being smart enough to intentionally lose a match in which they get stopped and they know they don't have a better endurance and stamina than their opponent. So he needs to arm wrestle smart in this match and attack more when he doesn't have the buckle on his hand. I know the final match was this one, but in my mind, I think the left-handed super heavyweight title of the world should be the title match, should be the headliner match of the event. So Alex Kudecha versus Artem Morozov. I don't see any shot that Artem Morozov can beat Alex. Yes, there is a small possibility that he can hook Alex Kudecha. It is possible, I'm not denying that. Maybe the ability to hook someone on the left arm, Morozov is as good as Ivan Matyushenko. Maybe these are the two guys that can hook Alex in this world and no one else. But still, I don't think Morozov is in a good enough shape because he's returning. He's 127 kilos, but he was sick. Kudecha has not arm wrestled in like last 3-4 years. Last match on the left arm was against Ryan SP maybe. So he may not have that fluency on the table, but he has been preparing, man. He's almost 170 kilos, maybe 165. And he got this perfect opportunity. I'm not saying he intentionally did that he waited for a moment when Morozov is probably only 95%. Then he got a good shot. But the wait worked out well for him. Man didn't show up, didn't answer any questions about his return for 3 years. And suddenly he comes back and he's almost the world champion already, in my opinion. So great strategy by Alex Kudecha. I think 3 easy top rolls. We know that Morozov is not the most comfortable arm wrestler in the world when his wrist gets taken. I don't see him flop pressing Morozov to the pad, flop pressing Kudecha to the pad. So 3-0 Alex Kudecha, and he should take it pretty easy in my opinion. Thanks for watching. Like the video and subscribe. Pay-per-view link will be in the description.